So you guys need to start doing the homework on time. نحن طلاب ونطلب العلم علما or العلم. We seek learning. So maybe نطلب العلم. If you say that. So this is very careful when you're translating. Don't use past tense when we are talking about future or present. And don't use the future tense or imperfect when you're talking about the past tense. Number 2.
We made it al ilma for like learning is particular. That's why or something because it's not written there learning.
Okay, we don't say that learning, but when we say learning, we mean the genus of learning. So we mean learning as a whole. Like that's why we use al-ilma. So that's why we said al-ilma. Because we're not saying we're seeking, we seek a learning. We're just saying we're seeking learning. So it's more, we're talking about the concept of learning itself. So it's we're talking about a specific concept. So maybe ilma is better. Number 2. Burhan, okay, we've done Burhan. Okay, Nazir, you want to do number 2? For Farhana, do number 2. Farhana, do number 2.
Yes, sir. At the start, the woman saw the light of the sun, and they will also see it in the afternoon. So start is bada.
Okay, and at the start is going to be
Fi bada.
fil bad'i. Okay, at the start. So that in the homework, when you say the, make sure you add, because that's something I've noticed people not doing. Fil bad'i.
Fi bad'i. An-nisa'u. Nadara an-nisa'u. Nadarat an-nisa'u.
Okay, yes. So we just
al-nura.
So
no,
the light.
No, it is mudaf and mudafili, so there won't be al.
Yeah.
Nura ash-shamsi.
Nura ash-shamsi. That's very good. The object. Yeah. Yes.
So they will also see. So woman, third person, present tense will be. Sir, will you help me with this first?
Yes. Okay. You identified it correctly. So we haven't memorized it, so I don't expect you to know now. Yanzurna is the future.
Yanzurna. Okay.
Or the imperfect. Or present. Yanzurna.
Yanzurna.
But if you want to say they will, what can you do to make it?
To add sin. Sayadurna.
Sayanzurna or sofa. Yanzurna. Yes.
Sayadurna. Aidan.
They will also see it. How do you say it? What's the it referring to?
The sun. So it will be ha.
No, it's referring to light of the sun, right?
Yeah.
So it's referring to light.
Light, yeah.
Light.
Okay. So it will be
just now.
Yadurna who. Aidan.
Yes.
In the Zohar is Zohar. In the afternoon is Zohar.
Ba'da Zohri.
Ba'da Zohri.
So this is the vocabulary says Ba'da Zohri means in the afternoon. Okay.
say fi Ba'da Zohri.
Sorry?
Wouldn't it say fi Ba'da Zohri?
We're using fi means in, but we're using two prepositions together now. We just say Ba'da Zohri. We don't use fi.
Oh.
Maybe you could say in the Zohri as well. At the noon. I think Zohar means noon and Ba'd means afternoon. The porters will carry the loads from the house of the car. Number 3. Nilofer? The porters will carry.
The porter.
Yes.
Porter will. Sofa al-Hamal.
No, sofa is used before a verb. You can't say sofa, then use a noun.
Okay. What?
Will carry. Sofa, yahmilu, verb, singular, third person, because we're going to mention the subject afterwards. When the subject is mentioned afterwards, we only use singulars. But here we were talking about imperfect for future. So we use yahmilu instead of hamila. Yahmilu, the porters. Al-hum. What's the porters? Humma.
Porter Hamal.
The porters. We put al. Why would be hamalun?
Hamali.
Lun.
Porters.
Tanween.
Hamalun.
Why are you going to put tanween? Alif lam. Alif lam. We can't put tanween.
Al-Hamali. Al-Hamali. No, Al-Hamali.
Okay. The porters will carry
Load.
the loads.
Loads. Ahmar.
So
Ahmar. Load. Ahmar. From the house. Min Baiti.
the porters will carry all the loads. All the loads.
All the loads. Jama. Jama.
Sorry. Hammalun means it means singular, right? Hammalun. So it's gonna be hammaluna. Hammaluna.
Ahmar.
Hammaluna.
Hamar.
So sign plural. Hammaluna. Because hammalun means a porter. Hammaluna. Sofa yahmilu. No, sorry, it's not yahmalu. Yahmilu. All of the load. How do you say all the loads? How do you say all of something?
Jama.
Not jama. You could use jami'un or kullun. Which one are you going to use?
Kullun. Kullun. Hamim.
So what's the rule when you say all? We use kullu. Okay, just say you use kullu. So we're going to use kullu, right? What's the rule? How do you say all? How do you say all of something?
Something will be singular then.
No, if okay, tell me. I'll write here and then I'll correct you. So okay, so first of all, is it going to be kul? Is this going to be nominative, accusative, genitive? What?
Nominative.
Why would it be nominative? After verb, when something is nominative, what does that mean?
Subject.
So you're going to make it subject. So yahmilu means to carry. So if you make it subject, every subject, all the load subject, it means all the load is carrying. All the load is doing the action. Is that what you want to say?
No.
So which look, what's the subject here? Where's the subject in this sentence?
The porter.
The porters, right? And we already made this nominative. Hammaluna. We didn't say hammalina, we say hammaluna. So yahmilu hammalun al-hammaluna, the porters will carry. So for yahmilu al-hammaluna, so the subject is already there. So all the loads, it has to be the what then?
Kulla.
The object, yes, kulla.
Kulla.
How do you say all? Somebody help her, how do you say all? What's the next word going to be? Is it going to be singular, genitive, plural, genitive, what?
The accusative ahmalan.
Sorry?
Ahmalan.
If you want to say all the loads, we mentioned in the last lesson,
Genitive plural.
All
genitive plural, yes.
Yeah.
It's genitive plural. Kulla is always used as as not always, but what predominantly is used as mudaf and mudaf alayhi. So if it's kulla, the next word has to be mudaf alayhi. There's no, it's not, and we said if you say every, it would the mudaf alayhi will be singular genitive. But if you want to say all, the mudaf alayhi will be plural genitive definite. Plural genitive definite. So it's going to be kulla al-ahmali. So it's going to be plural
Mali.
ahmali.
Al-Ahmali from the house.
You should know.
Min al-Bayti
Yeah, min al-bayti, yes.
to the car. Ila to the car. Sayyarati to the car.
Min al-bayti ila siyarati, yes.
Sayyarati.
Okay, so you guys need to remember how to say all and every. We've done this few times now. It's just you have to memorize the rules. Okay, for that's fine. Next, were you collecting the boxes? Okay, number 4, Burhan, you done question? Just do number 4. Were you plural? He says, collecting the boxes in the morning. Okay, Nazir.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Number 4. Were you collecting the boxes in the morning or not?
So first, tell us in English what type of verb is this? Were you collecting?
Collecting is the past participle, the past continuous.
Yes, past continuous. That's good. So how do you do past continuous again?
The combination of kana and future, which is
And imperfect verb. Yes, that's good. Good start. So how do you say were you plural? Afghana. How do you say that?
Yeah, collecting verb is what it is collecting.
So hal or a were you? That's a question.
Yeah, collecting is what is the word of collecting?
No, forget collecting. First, we can use kana, right?
Yeah, hal, kana.
We're going to use kana. He's talking about. Look, what is he talking about?
Here is hal kunta.
It says plural in brackets.
Hal kuntuma.
Plural, not dual.
Hal kuntum.
I have to tell you the answer. Yeah, hal kuntum.
Hal kuntum collecting.
Tajma'una. So this is plural again of perfect. Tajma'una, second person.
Tajma'una. Okay, so this will be
boxes. How do you say box in Arabic? Come on, vocabulary. I mentioned last lesson. To memorize the vocabulary. Boxes, sanduk. What's the plural?
Sanadik.
Sanadik. So what is it going to be?
Sanadika. Al sanadika.
Sanadika is the object, right? Sanadika. In the morning.
Yeah. Sabaha.
Fi sabahi or?
Fi sabahi.
Or what we could write that, or you could just say sabahan. Fi sabahi or sabahan. In the morning, we mentioned in the vocabulary.
Yeah.
Sabahan or not.
Oh.
Amla.
Ola.
We mentioned this is vocabulary or not. The Prophet of God will have gone to Makkah tomorrow evening. Okay. So what type of verb is this? Will have gone.
The Prophet will have gone. It's a
Farhana.
Prophet.
Yes. And one thing I would like to mention here is, but that's fine.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
So like for past tense, when we were using verb in the beginning, the subject would have been according to if it is in the first, the verb is there, the object is following, we would have used the singular form. And if it is later, then we would have matched it with the number of the actor. So
Yeah.
same thing with the present tense also.
Yes, same thing.
Okay, so
Okay, you want to do number 5? Will the Prophet of God will have gone to Makkah tomorrow? Tomorrow evening? You there, Farhana?
yes, sir. The Prophet of God will have gone to Makkah tomorrow evening.
Yeah. So will have gone. What does that mean? What type of verb is this?
It's I don't know how to but it will we will use kana in this yakunu.
Yakunu and was.
Right, sir.
So say it again.
So we will use yakunu in this.
Yakunu with and the verb is going to be what?
Zahaba.
Yes, Habu.
Yadhabu. Yazhabu.
No, don't get confused. It's Zahaba. Because if you want to say this is known as future perfect. So with future perfect, we mentioned that we use the imperfect or the future of kana, which is yakunu here, or yakunu, or whichever how many people we're talking about, and then we use the perfect or the past tense of the verb. So it's going to be yakunu.
Perfect. Okay. Yakunu. Yadhaba.
Zahaba, not yazhaba.
Zahaba.
You're talking about yakunu, the prophet of God. How do you say prophet of God? God.
Nabiullahi.
Okay. Yakunu Nabiyullahi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
Ilal Makkah.
With zahaba.
Yakunu Nabiullahi Zahaba.
So normally one thing with good what I've seen writing is normally when you say something like that, you normally put the yakunu first, then you put the subject, and then you put the second verb, which here is zahaba. And obviously, if this was dual or plural, yakun would still be singular, but this would match with the dual or plural. But here, obviously, Nabiullah singular, right? يكون نبي الله ذهب
إلى المكة.
إلى المكة تيتا تو تين تن تين و
إلى المكة. Makkah is Makkati. No, it's tiptoed, I guess.
Yes, Makkah.
Yeah.
With diptote, then what is it going to be? Ta, ti, tu, ta,
Makkata. Makkata.
Yes. Makkata. Tomorrow evening. So it says it's going to be ghadan. Tomorrow evening is going to be fil masai.
Masai. Ghadan Masai.
Ghadan, tomorrow, fil masai, in the evening.
Fil Masai.
Just one question actually. We learned that nothing can come between mudaf and mudaf ilayh in the beginning.
Yes.
But in the previous exercise, the clothes of these garment, so the these has to come between, not here, the previous exercise, which is exercise 24. So the clothes of these garments.
Yeah.
So in that case, you said like these has to come between the clothes and the garment. So that was,
Okay, so basically, if you say Siabu, what was he again? Clothes of this, okay, of these garments, okay.
Siabu Kumar.
Okay, I'll tell you the difference. Okay, so what you're saying is correct, but if you look at this, it says Akmishatu, I think. Akmishatu? Akmishatu. If you say that, Athiyabi, Hazihi, this means
these clothes of
these clothes of the garments.
Correct. Yeah.
Yes.
Correct.
These. So this means these clothes of the garments. Garments, right? Garments, right? But the question didn't say that. The question said the clothes of this garment.
Correct.
So this was like mudaf ilayhi in there. So if you say, you said clothes of these, okay? So that's why it says mishatu hazihi. So even if you mention this, what would it mean? The cloth, because it'll be like dhamma here, one dhamma, so we know it's mudaf. So it would mean the cloths of these, right? Okay. And asiyab is here as you could say that these two, you could treat them as like together, right? Yeah. Like you could treat as badal I mentioned before. So that's why, that's the difference, because here, if you write it like this, then mudaf and mudaf alayhi is these two, right? But in this one, hadhihi is like mudaf alayhi here.
Okay. So hadhi will be considered as mudaf alayhi along
with the, yes. Yeah. Or you could see, or you could consider these two as like one sort of one phrase sort of. So that's why it's like
okay. So we will not consider hazihi come between mudaf and mudaf alayhi. We will consider hazi itself as mudaf.
Yeah, exactly. So the rule still applies. And siyabihi is obviously it's genitive because it's what we call badal of hadhihi. So it replaces, because hadhihi, it doesn't change. It doesn't say hadhihu, hadhihu, hadhihi. But in Arabic, even though some words don't change, if you look at it, but you still could say this is genitive, right? The state of it is genitive. Only the fact is that it doesn't change, because it can't change. But if you look at the state of the word, it's genitive. So asiyab, when it comes, asiyab is like exchanging for hadhihi. It will also has to be genitive, and it also has to be nominative. Sorry, not nominative, definite. And one thing I've seen in the previous exercise, one mistake people make is when they have mudaf and mudaf ilayhi. So and then they have, for example, if you say akmishatuhunna, so akmishatuhunna, they're white cloth, the clothes. People write akmishatuhunna beida'u. In this case, this becomes the subject and this becomes the predicate, because it would mean their clothes are white. But if you want to say their white clothes, Beida'u is the adjective of akmisha. Akmisha is definite because it's mudaf alayhi is definite. You have to add alif lam.
Yeah.
That's the common mistake I've seen in you guys, some of you guys. Number, yes?
How hadhihi mudaf ilayhi, noun plus pronoun is mudaf and mudaf ilayhi when pronoun is added to noun. So hadhi is the noun, and what means, I'm not getting that one. Hadhihi is mudaf ilayhi.
What part you're not getting?
Hazihi is mudaf ilayhi.
Yes. What's the issue with that? Can pronouns be? Can you say kitabuhu? His book. When you say kitabuhu means his book, right?
Yes, yes.
So here, who is not like a normal noun. It's a pronoun. Here is still mudaf ilayhi.
That hadha and hadi, these are also under noun.
Yeah, these are yes, these are like in nouns. We have we have what we call we have under nouns we have pronouns. We have demonstrative nouns, which has he and tilka and all these. We also have proper nouns, which are like names. So yes, these are all under nouns. So for example, if you have if you say kitabu haza, it means book of this. You could say that, yes.
Okay.
Ali cut the rope from his friend's hands during the night, and they broke a part of the wall and went out of the fortress. Okay, I think will be number 7. Sudais. Are you there? Nazir?
Yeah.
Let's do number 7.
Okay. Ali cut the rope from his
friend's hands during the night or by night, and they broke
the night, and they broke
part
a part of the wall and went out of the fortress. Okay. Cut is kata aliyun. Kata aliyun. And cut the rope. The rope is the word for the rope.
Najab al-habla, yes, the rope, al-habla, it comes object.
The habla, okay. The rope from his friend's hand. Yadun sadika, from min yadun sadika, min yadun sadikahu.
Min?
Min yadun
Yadu.
Yadun is the hand, right?
Yadun means hand, yes. Yadu means a single hand.
Sadikahu. Yadun sadikahu.
Yadu?
Yadul sadiku.
What yadu? What's why yadu?
Yad.
First of all, how many hands does he have?
His hands. Two hands.
Two hands.
Yadani. Okay.
Why yadani? Min is harf jar, is preposition.
Yadaini. Min yadaini sadikahu.
Okay, so if you say min yadaini, okay. Sadiq, what?
Sadikahu.
Sadiqahu, where's it gone? From his friend's hand.
From hands of his friend.
Yes.
From his friend's hand.
What's the relationship between hands and friend?
Hand of friend. Hand of his friend.
Mudaf ilayhi, right?
Yeah.
So sadiqihi.
Sadiqi.
And yadain is mudaf, so it can't have noon, so it's yaday.
Correct.
So qata aliyun habla min yaday sadiqihi.
Okay. During the night, he
fil layli
lady
or laylan fil layli, okay.
What kasara, to break. They broke. Kasaruna. Kasaruna Juzan part
And
of
kasaruna, where's kasaruna come from?
They
Never.
broke.
This verb form doesn't even exist. They broke. How many people are there? Ali and his friend. How many people?
Two friends. Okay.
If it's plural, it's kasaru. Kasaru na. It doesn't exist for past tense.
Yeah, kasaru. Yes. Okay. Kasaru, but here it's only two.
No. Nazir, I'm telling you, if it's plural, 3 or more people is kasaru. But here is 2 people.
Yeah, here I understand. Yeah, I thought when they say they, so I thought it's plural actually.
So even if it's plural, it's not can't be kasaru na. That word doesn't exist.
Correct. It will be kasaru. Understand. So, but here it will be kasara.
Kasara, okay. With an alif, dual.
Yeah, kasara. Juzan.
Where's it gone? They broke a part from the wall. So part is juz'an. It's going to be the object, juz'an.
Min juzan. Right?
Juz'an. From, it says min. So min.
Juzan min.
Minal jidari.
Minal jidari.
From the wall.
And went. Zahaba. Wa zahaba.
Yes.
Wa zahaba. Wa kharaju. No? Here went out.
Yep.
Wa kharaja.
Also, we done ha'it also. So, okay, jidari, okay, that's fine. But you could say ha'iti, okay. Wa kharaja.
Kharaja. Kalata. Min. Out of the fortress.
Minal qil'ati. Minal qal'ati. Minal qal'ati. Okay. This thing will be big burden on us. So quickly, how would you say this thing will be? So anybody, this thing will be, how do you say that?
هذا الشيء
Will be, how do you say? This thing will be, or how do you say this thing was? How do you say that? This thing was, how do you say that?
Kana. Kana.
Kana. No, yes, kana hadha al-shay'u. But if you want to say this thing not was, will, you just change one simple thing.
seen, it will be
No, not seen. You say yakunu, sayakunu.
سيكون. Okay.
So instead of, if you say kana, it means was. Kana has a shay'u would mean it means this thing was. If you want to say this thing will be, so you just say, instead of kana, you say yakunu. And if there's no other context, you could just add seen as well, just to make it differently future.
Okay.
But you don't even need that, because yakunu, yeah, that's fine. You could add seen if you want, but it's okay. She will be in Damascus in 2 weeks. She will be in Damascus. So here say it's a takunu. She will be في دمشق في بعد أسبوعين. It tells you how to say in 2 weeks time. It says after 2 weeks. She used to smoke a lot. So we just mentioned how to say smoke. It says, we said shariba dukhanan. Obviously, it says she used to smoke. So you change the verb to agree to she used to. And what type of verb is this? She used to smoke a lot. No, he didn't say she smoked. She used to.
Continuous.
This is called past habitual.
Habitual.
So how do you say past habitual?
كل يوم.
No, kulla it means every day.
Okay. تشرب دخانه.
Say it again.
تشرب دخانه.
No, man. You use kana.
كانت
with the perfect of the verb. So here will be كانت.
شرب
نا
الدخان
شرب وشرب
وتشرب الدخان.
شرب تشرب دخانا. A lot كثيرا. But her father prevented her. لكن prevented is past tense. منع أبوها منعها, prevented her. أبوها, Abu is going to be the subject. So is he her father? Yes. Here you go. قبل سنة or عام. I like to use the new vocabulary which is given. Okay, we have ancient rights and the government knows them. So here, when you say, sometimes when you use have, it means own. So it means we own or belonging to us many ancient rights. So it's going to be lana. There's nothing, no past tense.
Or Indi. Can we use Indi?
We have in the, that would why we say in the, it says we have
In the na.
In the okay, so the thing is, in the normally used when you have the thing with you physically normally. Here it doesn't say that, it just says we have many ancient rights. Rights is not something you possess physically. So la would be better. Lana would be better. My father used to raise. So again, used to raise. The third, what type of verb is this?
Habitual.
Past, we just studied last one. Is past habitual, yes. You say habitual?
Yeah.
Yes, it's not perfect.
Habitual.
Yeah. So this is past perfect when he says he had raised, not he used to raise. So father used to raise the great stones from the ground and carry them. So when you say carry them, right, again is connected to used to raise. So you could say used to carry them. So this is also past habitual. So how do you say past habitual again?
Kana plus.
With kana the third form.
Third form, it depends, isn't it? Because it doesn't matter third form or fourth form. The key is to use the verb